Good morning, everybody. Let's begin with statistics for economics. Economics, as defined, already been told to you, the wise production and use of wealth to meet the demands or needs of the people. Alfred Marshall has his peculiar definition of economics, wherein he says that it examines the part of individual and social action which is most closely connected with the attainment and with use of material requisites of well-being. Already explained to you the economic and non-economic activities. Economic activities are dealing with monetary or money, whereas non-economic activity is done to satisfy the social, psychological and emotional needs. The meaning of statistics has been used in two senses, that is plural and singular. In plural sense, the term statistics refers to the numerical data, a set of numbers also you can call it. And when you talk about singular sense, so statistics refer to a science in which we use the different techniques of statistics or the different stages of statistics, that is collection, organization, presentation, analysis and interpretation of data. Now we begin with the features of statistics in context of plural sense. Now the first one which we see here on the screen is affected by multiple causes. Statistics is affected by multiple causes. It is not only impacted by only one factor, as various factors influence one variable. Like an example has been engraved in front of you, that rise in prices can be attributed to the reduction in supply. Increase in demand and rise in input cost. That means if the prices rises, it can be attributed to reduction in supply, increase in demand, rise in input cost. That means there can be multiple reasons for one reason behind. Even I can take one more example here to make you understand this point, students, that if there is bumper cultivation of, let's say, tomatoes or let's say wheat this year. That means the cultivation of wheat, the cultivation of tomatoes is bumper. So in this case, what are the reasons behind? The reasons can be the good seed, the proper fertilizer, manure, the timely rainfall, irrigation facility. So that means bumper cultivation or bumper production of tomatoes or wheat are affected by multiple causes and not a single cause. So statistics is affected by multiple causes. Now one more feature which I'm going to explain you here, though it is not mentioned on the screen, is that statistics is all about numbers, set of data that which can be placed in relation with each other. That means those numerical data wherein you can compare with each other. If there is no comparison, so no statistics. As I told you earlier, if I say a cow has 4 legs, so simply this is not statistics. But if I talk about the height of the students in my class, so that is statistics, because here I can find out either the average of height or the aggregate of height. So this is one additional feature which I told you. And even one more feature I would like to tell you, apart from whatever has been mentioned on the screen, that statistics is all about averages and aggregate. As I was explaining you in the previous point, that statistics deals with average or aggregate. Aggregate is a sum total, and without that there is no statistics. Now we talk about the next point here on the screen, that is reasonable accuracy. Now why we say reasonable accuracy? Why reasonable? Why not absolute accuracy? The reason behind, in order to study statistics, it is not always necessary, or even it is not possible. If the set of data is very large, you cannot maintain absolute accuracy while collecting the statistical data. So at least it has to be kept in mind that the reasonable amount of accuracy should be maintained while collecting the statistical data. इसका मतलब ये है कि कम से कम कुछ एक्यूरेसी तो हो. ऐसा नहीं कि जो भी डेटा कलेक्ट किया है वो कंप्लीटली डिस्टॉर्ट हो या वो ऐसा डेटा हो जिस पे रिलाई नहीं किया जा सकता. मतलब इस तरह का डेटा आपने कलेक्ट किया है जो पूरी तरह से सही नहीं है पर रीजनेबल एक्यूरेसी इज बीन मेंटेन. Next, we talk about placed in relation to each other. Statistical data are such which are mutually related with each other and they can be compared. For example, if I say, the students of science and I'm talking about the students of humanities. Now, what am I saying is that the students of in science in the subject physics have scored so and so marks, and the students in geography, the student of humanities have scored so and so marks. So these two subjects are not related to each other, so this can't be called as statistics. Similarly, an example is here. I cannot compare the height of 40 people with the age of 40 people. These are unrelated data. So in order to study statistics, the data should be homogeneous and not heterogeneous as been mentioned here. Statistical data are collected for a predetermined purpose. That means whenever you are collecting data, there is some purpose, objective in your mind that for what reason are you collecting the numerical value and for what reasons are you collecting this numerical data. Without a predetermined purpose, simply you will not go and you are going to start collecting data. Suppose you are doing a survey wherein you are collecting the height of average 40 male and 40 female. So why are you collecting this? You wanted to know what is an average height of Indian, an adult male and a female. That is your predetermined purpose. But if you do not have this purpose, simply you will not go and conduct a survey and ask the people their height. This is so disgusting that without any purpose you collect this data. So it is always collected for a predetermined purpose. Enumerated or estimated. Now students, what is the difference between this term enumeration and estimation? ये अनुमान लगाया जा रहा है कि आज जो पीएम मोदी की बैठक हुई थी या पीएम मोदी ने अगर जनता को एड्रेस किया तो वहां करीबन 1,00,000 लोग थे. ठीक है, तो ये अनुमान लगाया गया. दैट मीन्स दिस इज एन एस्टिमेशन, right? So this is estimation, but when we say that yes, there are exactly by figure that there are so many people in so and so, or there are 20 people working in the X organization. So this is an enumeration, that is the exact figure when you know, and estimation wherein you cannot know the exact figure. It is not possible. So data can either be collected by estimation if the field of investigation is very large, or enumeration by smaller set of data. So statistics data can be enumerated as well as estimated. If the size of the data is very large, जैसे कि मैंने अभी आपको एग्जाम्पल दिया कि आज पीएम मोदी जब जनता को एड्रेस कर रहे थे तो वहां पर 1,00,000 लोगों की संख्या थी, करीबन 1,00,000 लोगों की. So how can I count the exact number of 1,00,000 people? But this is merely an estimation. Now, the last one says collected in a systematic manner. If you're collecting the data in a haphazard way, आपने data ठीक से collect नहीं किया, will not provide conclusive evidence. So, systematic collection should be planned beforehand. Like, what should be the criteria? आप क्या follow करेंगे in order to collect the data? एक systematic तरीका होगा in order to collect the statistical data. And without that systematic manner, collecting statistical data is useless. So, you have to follow certain ways. You have to think of certain, or you have to plan the systematic way of collecting the statistical data. So that's all for today, and tomorrow I'm going to continue with the same chapter. Students, just wanted to inform you, we are following Sandeep Garg book. Very soon I may send you the e-link for the statistics books. So students, in the meanwhile, whatever flowcharts or whatever I am depicting on the screen, you can take a screenshot, or as well as even you can, write it down, jot it down as you feel, comfortable, so that whenever, the task, the worksheet is being given to you, so you have the study material with you and you can take the help of the study material to do your worksheets or assignments. right? In the meanwhile, I had a word with the publisher, so very soon he will be providing with the links, that is the e-links of these books, right? Thank you so much. Bye-bye.